Hey everyone, welcome back. I want to talk about one of the cases slash bands that I bought for my new Apple Watch Series 9. This is the Spigen Rugged Armor Pro, and this is interesting because it's not just a band, but it's also a case as well. So this is a box that it comes in, kind of a small box. On the box is just a picture and the installation instructions on the side here. So let's get it out of here, see what you get. Inside is a little bag, and inside the bag is the watch band itself. So it's a complete housing and band. So let's get it on there and see how it looks. Right, so to put it in, you need to align the crown on your watch with the hole, and then you need to insert the crown as well as the side opposite the crown, like that, and then you can just push the bottom in. It's really easy to install. It's arguably easier than actually installing a pair of standard bands. So let's have a look at this. It says rugged armor on the top, and it says shock resistant at the bottom, and it's just like embossed. It's not like white or anything. If you have a look at the picture on the box, you would think that's going to be like white writing, but thankfully it's not. It's just engraved, and it's in black. There's a cutout for the crown. Let's just zoom in to get a better view. There we go, cutout for the crown. There's the side button. It's kind of cut away at the bottom and feels a little bit spongy, but it's not bad. On the back, big space to put your watch in and take it out. On the back of the strap here, you can see a little bit of Spigen branding, and then on the band itself there's written, like, what does it say? Yeah, designed in California, made in South Korea, and it says here 44 millimeters, so that indicates the size of the watch that you can use this with. Nothing on here. On this side, just some rectangular holes. There's a little bit of carbon fiber effect here on the top. There's no Spigen logo here. On the other side, again, no Spigen logo. A bit of carbon fiber branding and some, like, what I call like a fish scale or fish gill effect. The buckle is silver, which is probably a bit unfortunate. Like, if this is all black, then the buckle probably should have been black as well. And there's no branding on the buckle at all. In fact, the only branding you can see on this whole strap is here. It just says Spigen in very small letters. If you're into like minimalist branding, then I guess you'll like this, but I think like the little logo here would have looked good, or probably even the logo on the buckle would have looked good as well. You can see a little bit of detail there of some carbon fiber again, just on the end. No carbon fiber there. The watch, carbon fiber there. Now, the amazing thing about this band is that no matter what color of Apple Watch you have, this effectively turns your watch into a black watch. Okay, let's put it on, see how it looks. There we are. And to kind of make the effect even more startling, I've got a nice black on white watch face there. Let me put my passcode in. That'll stop it from turning off all the time. A nice black on white watch face, and it really goes with this. Now, the grey buckle doesn't look that bad actually. It's pretty good. But as you can see, I have a silver watch. There's nothing, you can't see any of the watch at all except for the crown, which I think is a nice contrasting effect anyway. So that's how it looks. It basically turns your Apple Watch Series 9 into a Casio G-Shock. But as you can see, it's pretty alright. You can still use it. You can still swipe for notifications and swipe up. The only issue that I have with this is using the crown. So because of the thickness of the case, it is a little bit more difficult to use the crown than it should be. It's not too bad, but if you go into something like where you have to change a color of let's see if we change the color of this, right? Now the only way you can do it is by rotating this crown. right? In this, swiping the screen doesn't do anything. So you have got to use the crown. And it's kind of like, you have to really swipe a lot with it. It's really a lot easier to do it without the case on. But there's not much you can do about that as a case designer. So you're a little bit stuck. I'll give you an example. There is one of these faces. It's this one actually. If we go into edit and you wanted to change the background, even though it's just like one menu item away, you have to turn the button quite a lot. And with the case on, it's a little bit hard to do that. But it's minor. It's minor. I think the fact that you have this protection. In fact, let me talk about the protection. I'll take it off to do the protection. So you can see there's a good bit of razivity on the screen there. At the top and bottom, mostly, there's like these two ridges. There's not so much on the sides, but there is still enough to offer some protection. So what this does is, if you ever hit your watch on something that is flat or straight, like the edge of a table, for example. Do I have a table edge lying around? No. I'll just use this phone as an example. So you can see there, you can't really see. Right, I've got a proper scientific instrument here, a ruler. So as you can see, there's a good couple of millimeters of gap there between the surface of the screen and the ruler. And on this side as well, there's about maybe a millimeter and a half. So there's definitely less protection in this direction and this direction. But the things I knock into most of all is like my table edge, or like a door frame or something, and those surfaces are pretty flat. So no matter what angle you hit the watch with, that screen is going to be protected. So there's definitely a lot of benefit in having this amount of protection, and I think it actually looks really good too. As I said, it turns your watch from any color into a black one, and I find that looks really good. There's one more thing to mention. On the back of this, what do you call this, retainer, strap, whatever, there's a little bit of a hook in there. Don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can just about see it. So when you put it on and you put the strap into there, like so, it kind of locks into these holes. Yeah, so that holds it a bit secure. You kind of have to pull quite a lot in order to get it out. Yeah, let me show you what I mean. So here we are. I have I think it's a 6-inch wrist, and I'm using like the third smallest hole already. So it's quite a big band as well. If you have large wrists, I think this will still fit you. And sometimes that kind of jams, but there, it's pretty good. And you have like the hooking mechanism which securely holds the strap into place. Okay, so that is the Spigen Rugged Armor Pro. I highly recommend it, especially if you want that kind of protection. You can't really get screen protectors for this watch anyway because of the curved glass edges. So I think this is the next best thing. It does kind of make it a bit more chunky. This feels a lot more like an Apple Watch Ultra now. If you're into that rugged kind of look, especially with a white on black or a black on white watch face, I think this looks really good. So I highly recommend it. If you want to pick this up, use my link below. I'll get a couple of cents from your purchase to help me keep this channel going and growing. So that's it for now. Thanks a lot. See you guys soon.